Hey, Coach. So glad you found the video. Couple things. First of all, make sure you subscribe and like. Second thing, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Let me show you how to put a roadmap and become a nationally ranked coach. I've done it for 30 plus years. Let me help you do that over at teachhoops.com. Let's head off to the video.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops.
Coach, how you doing?
Good. For people who are listening, I'm wearing my Cubs, even though I live in Wisconsin, I'm wearing my Cubs shirt. Sorry.
I'm wearing my Game Changer t-shirt.
I know. We love Game Changer. We'll talk about that later. So today's topic has something to do with me, right?
It does, yeah. It's something you posted to the Facebook group that we had a lot of comments on, and it's one of these open-ended questions that it's you could take it in multiple directions, and it's simple question, but it's hard to answer. And so we're going to dive into that in a second. But before we do, coaches, head on over to coachingyouthhoops.com/clinic. Get yourself registered for our giveaway that we're doing this fall. We're going to come to you. We're taking this show on the road. We're going to do a 3-hour coaches clinic.
The circus.
At your facility.
Taking the circus on the road.
We're taking, yeah. We promise we will start on time. We will not banter an hour and a half before we promise.
But we will stay and talk to you if you win.
Oh yeah, well, yeah,
we will.
Yeah,
you won't stop us
exactly.
from helping you. That you won't. You definitely won't do that.
No.
So this was my question. You should answer it first.
It's funny. I was looking through the responses to the question, and I'm like, if it's like asking, okay, rank your children in order of how much you like
Emma,
them.
then Drew. Okay, next.
That was easy, huh? There's just so many good answers. The question is, what is something
Drew.
every coach should teach? Yeah. There we go.
If you ever hear this, I'm sure you'll never hear it, but okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I said, you asked the question, in your opinion, what's something every coach should teach their players? Right? And you could think of the skills, the basketball skills, mental skills, lots of other things you could bring up in this topic. There's coaches that answered everything from defense, mental toughness, incorporating jump shots, some of your warm-up drills, accountability for mistakes. I just thought that's a great one, right? Teaching them accountability. The important patience and vision. Like, seriously, like, how do you choose? There's so many things that you should be teaching.
I have the answer, but let me know. You give me your answer. I'm like a lawyer. I never ask a question I don't have an answer to.
Yeah. Maybe this is fresh. Maybe this is because it's something that I've been preaching to my teams lately, and I've been seeing the results on the court, which is patience and vision. Just having patience. And we talk about that a lot. And matter of fact, we won a game in our most recent tournament because they were patient. They dictated the pace of the game, although they were, the other team was obviously trying to rush us. And I was just, it was just, and I asked them post game, I said, why do you think we won that game? And they said, we were just patient. We were the most patient, more patient of the two teams. And I'm saying, yeah, you guys were beautiful. So that was a tough, that's my
answer. I like that answer. Let's give a shout out to our sponsor. We'll tease mine. We'll tease my answer. We're gonna wait for my answer. But before we do that, we want to give a big shout out to Game Changer.
Game Changer.
Coach is wearing the shirt.
I'm wearing
the
shirt. If you're seeing this on,
I don't have mine.
YouTube.
He hasn't sent me mine yet.
He hasn't sent me mine. I got you, Coach. Don't worry.
Okay.
I'll outfit you. You. Go to gamechanger.com/coaching youth hoops. They make it possible for this podcast and a lot of our content to be free. So thank you, Game Changer. But Game Changer is a fabulous app. I started using the Game Changer for baseball. If you're a baseball coach or kids play baseball, you probably already know the app on the baseball side. They have launched a basketball app, and it's just as good as you would imagine coming from Game Changer. The beautiful thing about it, if you can't be at the game and someone's there recording it, you can see it live. You can see your child's stats. If they have a relative that like would love to tune into the game, uh, they can be 30,000 miles away and still watch the game live. So Game Changer, or go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops and check out Game Changer.
All right, go check it out. Well, I'll put the link down below. We'll remember to do that. So I think the most important skill and I think the one that you taught is a really important skill. Like I would put that right below mine.
Okay.
Probably a better skill, lifelong yours. But I think as a coach, the most important skill that you can teach your team is teamwork, how to work together. Because otherwise, go out for bowling or go out for track or go out for swimming,
tennis.
or it's in tennis. It's an individual. There's doubles in tennis, but for the most part, it's an individual sport. I think if I can teach them to get along with others, to communicate, to share, to like, you can just go through all the things that make a good teammate.
That's good.
That's what we want in society, to be honest with you. So when I was coaching youth, I wanted to win and I wanted them to become better shooters. And obviously, I think, in theory, maybe ball handling when they're in elementary, shooting when they're in middle, those are really important skills, no doubt about it. But my most important was that team, that, where in the world is us, you talk about building a group is so important. And I'm not going to get political on this podcast right now, but it's part of the problem of our society right now, and social media is we're fractured, and there's no sense of community. There's no sense of listening to others and hearing their
Having
side.
a little grace for
little
other
grace
people, right?
on both sides. And there's not one side's not right or wrong, but there's no one's listening to anyone at this point. And that doesn't do anything. So, I think that's my biggest thing. And especially over the last 5-10 years, I think it's even more important as a youth coach. It's like, because at least I teach and coach in an urban area, and there's the diversity that my children have seen. It's a lot.
Yeah, I would imagine.
And they've had to learn to understand and have empathy and sympathy and communication and all those kind of things. So, I think that's the most, I don't think I saw that much in the comments, and maybe I didn't word it right. Because it went to the skills right away, which is obviously very important. But as a teacher and a coach for a really long time, actually too long, I saw one of my high school, I had to go to the grocery store. So one of my high school teammates, he yelled across, and I went and talked to him. It's like, he was visiting with his grandkids. Was at a little restaurant outside the grocery store. Anyway, and it was like, oh God, we're getting old, aren't we? We laugh. But it's the relationship. It's that building that community.
Well, and as you know, one person who is the black sheep of that team, it can ruin the whole thing. Doesn't matter what offense or defense you have, or the skill work you have, it's going to show up on the court if there's somebody that is just polluting that togetherness, right?
Yes.
So that's really important. How do you teach that? Okay, I'm a youth coach. Walk me through maybe a few things that I could do to really get to be together, to be as a team.
First of all, you got to do things outside of the court. That's going to help build community, and especially the youth level. Parents love doing that stuff. So things that aren't basketball related, first of all, is important. But the second thing is, I have found, again, this goes back to, if people talk and communicate, it's a lot easier. So we do a lot of fun communication drills where they have to yell out names, and they have to, I think some of those things are really important, especially at the youth level, because it goes back to what we were talking about a while ago about making it fun and
Yeah.
loud. And we've done some, I remember some drills that we did where they had to call out names, and there was like, and we wanted to make, this was a little elementary school, we wanted to make it as loud as we possibly could. I said, we got to make it so loud the janitor comes in, kind of thing, the custodian. And they're just having fun with that. And it's, all those things that build relationships. But I saw my teams really grow when we did stuff outside of the court too. I don't know. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, no, I think that definitely is spot on. I think it's just also a discussion. I mean, I think at the youth level, what happens a lot is you have a wide variety of kids on the team, and we talk about this a lot. I mean, I'm not going to go into depth on my red dot and what we talk about during our red dot framework, but the T in that on the dot part is together. And we always come back to that if an issue arises. We talk about, is that being together, right? We question it, we talk about it, but it's having those conversation of what being together means, what it is as a team. And to my point of, there's such a diversity of people on the team, just even talent wise. There's going to be some that you got your superstars and some that can barely dribble or dribbling the ball off your feet. It's a lot of times what can happen if you're not together as a team, that the better players will start making fun of the players that are not as good. That ruins a team, and you just have to teach those kids to have empathy and to show, hey, we were all there. We always talk about mistakes and mistake response, and we're all going to make mistakes, right? So all of those little conversations you have, little sound bites here and there to talk about your meaning of being together and building a cohesive team goes a long way. And you'd be surprised that repeatedly, that if you do that over and over a course of a season, they're going to tune in. They're going to pick up a nugget here or there.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you can bring it back to them and say, hey, is that being
Remember when?
together?
I know.
Yeah,
I agree.
exactly.
All right, give that URL one more time, Coach, for Game Changer.
Yeah, go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. Download the app, check it out if you want stats and videos for your youth basketball games.
Awesome. Thanks.
Hey, Coach, so glad you enjoyed the video. Subscribe and like before you leave. And also go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's got everything and a roadmap for you to become a better basketball coach. So go over and check it out. And let's head back to the next video, wherever that would be.